Hello to all traders and welcome back to another video brought to you by Orbex. So where can we begin apart from the Fed's decision to once again raise rates aggressively, 75 basis points for the fifth consecutive time, and there's no sign of it slowing down after the Fed Chair Jerome Powell did say until they get to what is known as a good inflation measure, they will keep raising rates quite aggressively. So in the near term, we're looking at the next few meetings to be aggressively raising rates. So what does that mean for the markets? Well, we saw a 50 to 60 pick move on most dollar FX pairs yesterday. However, we did see more of a reversal as soon as a few hours after the news broke, markets did actually stem the tide. But what is going forward for the Fed and for America especially? Well, this is the highest rate that we've seen since 2008, since the last big financial crisis that we saw in the markets. And the Bank of England is up next as they are looking to follow suit and aggressively raise rates, as well as this inflation burden just really bears down on most of the globe at the moment, not just Europe and America, but most of the big economies in the world as well. So let's just take a look at what we saw in last night's session. First of all, I got it on the daily chart just to see the long-term view of euro dollar, because at the moment we're just seeing this bear market not really giving any let up. If I just zoom in for better clarification here, we did see a slight bullish channel start emerging, and it seems that we are still in that. However, the last few trading sessions have seen very, very bearish candlesticks on the daily chart, and all we needed now is to have another break roughly at the lower channel here, roughly about the mid 97-cent range, and then we're going to see another move to the downside here, and we're also seeing possibly getting support at the latest low. But as I said, euro dollar very, very transitional at the moment. We are in a slight bullish channel, but that doesn't really mean much at the moment. On the RSI, you can see that as well in that digression. However, if we look on the 4-hour chart, this is where we need to be more cautious, because as I said, with the Fed news last night, as you said here, we saw 50 to 60 pip move, which is quite volatile, but in the end, prices did lower in the dollar's favor. So it was possibly like the move was priced in slightly, but this 75 basis point wasn't supposed to be in the consensus. It was roughly 25 to 50 basis points, and now we are looking at a 3.75% to 4% hike over the course of the last year, especially when the interest rates were in negative territory. So at the moment, as you can see here, looking on the 4-hour chart, we're having a very bearish candle from the morning session, indicating that bears are firmly in the market. We are now looking possibly towards the lower end of the 97-cent range. Parity seems to be quite a way off as well, not looking to get back into that routine at the moment. So let me know what you think and what you're trading on, because now we're going to just have a quick look at cable as well. Mentioned that the Bank of England are next in line to start aggressively raising rates. They were slow off the mark a little bit with the European Central Bank, because the Fed did actually start raising rates in the beginning of the year. The ECB and the Bank of England did actually follow about a little bit later. So this is why we're seeing more of an inflation hike. Double-digit figures in Europe for the first time ever at 10% for inflation. So now we're going to see if that's going to come down and have any bearing. So will the Bank of England be able to get us into that state? Well, at the moment, I'm looking on the daily chart, and we've got the top border of the Ichimoku cloud here, which is a very good support zone, because I believe that we might have a little bit of a bounce off, especially if it goes in the wrong direction for the UK and sterling. We could see a stronger dollar, meaning that the pound dollar will start falling even further. It's kind of moving in tandem with the euro dollar as well, because as you can see here, we are in a slight bullish channel on the daily chart, giving us reason to believe that this could continue for a little bit longer. But like I said, if we could get a bounce off here, we could get more of a understanding of where cable is heading to next. So big news coming up later today with the Bank of England. So make sure you're tuned in, and you have all, if you are trading these big dollar pairs and you're interested in sterling as well, just make sure that you are tuned in for that and you don't miss any of the big action as it unfolds. Looking on the 4-hour chart just briefly, with this it's a little bit more complex, because we have actually broken slightly this big engulfment of the Ichimoku cloud. However, it is just a slight move to the downside, so we could get some good support here depending on the next result for the Bank of England, because that's going to be the next big news that's going to shake up cable as well. If we do break here, then look out for fresh lows at the previous roughly about the 111 area. So this is what we're just looking at the moment as we go into today's session, and obviously we've got the big NFP data release tomorrow, so join me for that on our live seminar. You can sign up for that now on our Facebook page, and also you can ask me any questions live that you want to, because it will be a live webinar session as I just said. So enjoy today's news forecasts and obviously the moves in the market, and we'll speak again tomorrow. Bye for now.